Guys, today we're talking about some of the music that made me take guitar seriously. So, one of my most influential guitarists and influential bands had written an album called The Discovery, and that band is Born of Osiris. They have been, and not them entirely, I do like a lot of their music, but the album The Discovery with Jason Richardson on it in particular is one of my favorite albums of all time. That album in particular, if I'm having a bad day or anything like that, I put it on and I listen to it front to back, and it is kind of like my meditation. It is definitely something that when my ears hear it, I perk up and I actually listen to it, and it's not just background noise. You know how you put stuff on sometimes and it's background noise? That album for me is not even close to background noise. That is like full-fledged listen, put my, ears into listening mode. For that album, I can't listen enough. And there's so many good songs on there, whether it's blazing fast solos from Jason or really nice synth leads from, I think it's Joe Boris. But Born of Osiris, The Discovery is one of my most influential albums of all time. And that leads me into one of my most influential guitarists of all time, and that is Jason Richardson. I know a lot of people know him now from his solo albums and stuff like that, but when he was back in All Shall Perish, Born of Osiris, and Chelsea Grin, boy, he showed me that guitar wasn't just something to just play breakdowns on. It wasn't something that was just, hey, here's this, write a lead, write a melody. It was, okay, so like, how proficient at your instrument are you? Can you be a really good technical player? Or are you just someone who just sits there and just, plays the chords and I don't want to say not creative, because I think everybody's creative with their instruments, whether it's, just a classic metalcore song, like even Attack Attack, I would say that is creative. But how much effort can you put into that creativity? Does it just sound good, or is it so overwhelmingly thought out that it's one of those things that you're like, wow, this is what I wanted to do? And there you go, guys. I didn't want this to be a whole video essay or anything like that on, Born of Osiris or Jason Richardson or anything like that. I just want to give you guys some insight into who I am and to what I listen to and things that make me want to be a better guitarist, whether it's listening to The Discovery or Ashes to Ashes by Chelsea Grin, or listening to Jason Richardson's solo project albums. He is one of the two very influential guitarists. I mean, I try and take inspiration from everybody, but that's one of the most influential guitarists that I can even think of off the top of my head. I've taken lessons from him. Not that it helps. He's an amazing teacher. He's a super cool guy. I've taken lessons from him when he was in Chelsea Grin twice, once at one of my local venues, and then once when Warped Tour was still a thing, if you could imagine. He's definitely been there in music for me. He's a very great guitarist. The Discovery is an amazing album that I listen to constantly, and I think honestly for me, it's on my Mount Rushmore of top albums. I think it's a masterpiece. There's not too many albums, and I don't even think for me there's any that actually go above it. If I don't think it's just him, I think that for me that is at least my turning point in music. That's when I shifted from wanting to play just regular metalcore, Attack Attack, For All Those Sleeping, Memphis Mayfire type stuff, to where I wanted to play like technical death metal or technical, as maybe you would call it, gent, that type of stuff, where it's progressive metalcore and there's a lot going on and you have to be decent at your instrument. You can't just not practice and hope that things work out. So yeah, guys, if you like these type of videos, let me know more. I really like talking to you guys and letting you know like who I am as a guitarist and who influences me, because Jason Richardson and the Born of Osiris Discovery album are definitely things that interest me and definitely influence me. Like I said, it's probably one of my top albums of all time. There's another guitarist that maybe I'll make another video about that he's been very influential to me, and I've taken lessons from him too. So remember, guys, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below and tell me who your favorite guitarist of all time is, whether it's someone from the 80s, whether it's a modern player, or whether, you know, it's from the 50s, or even just a random Instagram player these days, guys. I want to hear some new music, and I want to hear some people telling me who is influential to them in those comments down below. All right, guys, have a good one.